Are we going to be able to open that porthole? He's Bill, I'm Jeanne. We're refitting our 1998 Seahorse Oceaneer 55-foot steel trawler, blue sky. Welcome to our
We're going to work on the desk in here, put in the pieces to support some poppet panels on the bottom, and maybe get a poppet actual panel built for the other side. At least that's kind of the plan at the moment.
For this side?
For that side there, yeah.
Oh, that's right, because the poppet's already in there.
Yeah, the receivers are already there. Just need a panel, and then tomorrow we could start putting in the panels down below.
Okay. So the panel, well, it's there on this side. What are we gonna?
We got it on that side, got it on this side. We got to have something for holding it
Going across.
But that's what I'm getting ready to get underneath there to figure out.
Alrighty.
Here is the area underneath, and what we decided to do is we're just going to put a poppet strip up here on the top, and then a poppet strip on the floor down here, which then will allow us to start securing those guys. Putting in these poppet strips, got the back one in, and I'm working on the top there. On the other side needs to be 17 and 3/4.
That's what we got done. We put on those 4 bars.
Marking the first panel. Gotta mark. Okay. So we're going to cut a piece of plastic out of this to make a template.
Not an exact science, is it?
The plastic is just the body of the template, so you want it to be smaller than the area, and then you use the edges of the tape that you're going to put up the final outline of the template. Nope, still a little too big there. Great. Get some out here. The way I start this is I take one corner, get this somewhat positioned, and then put my first piece of tape where I want the board to end, and we'll come on over to here and put that guy in. The tape is going to be your finished edge for the finished piece. The one issue I have with this one is we cannot have any side place where I can put a piece of tape. So basically I'm going to just have to push that up against there, and then I can mark my top and bottom. So that'll be my top. Now pull this guy somewhat taut downwards, and now cut too much over here, but the solution to that is you come in, stick a little piece of tape here, that guy lined up like that. Now you can come in and start putting tape all the way across this part of it. I'll make this my end mark. Go ahead and carry it well behind that board there. Okay, and there's that edge. Yep, so now I'll mark this as bottom, outside, top, starboard, port. And the other thing I did, which I think helped, is I threw some big pieces of tape with a little bit of structure. Okay. Then you carefully peel it off. Hopefully not losing too much of your backing pieces and stuff. Come here. And there's that template. Okay. That is 32 and a half. Our bottom is 33. 30 and a half here. 31. Okay, 31 by 32. Interesting. Putting the lower panel in. I've already got most of the cuts made to it. Just got a little trimming cut right there that I still need to do to it. Then we'll put the poppets in, pop it in. Is that the word?
You need these guys.
Yeah, the red thingies. Good afternoon. We are going to continue working on the panels for the desks. So to make this final panel, one, we'll get rid of these curtains here, throw them up out of the way. We're going to create a template for this, and then after we get the template, we'll cut the piece out. And this one's a little weird in that it has to come all the way up, and then we have to come up to this little spot, this line right here, and of course we'll come out to this line here. So it's a relatively tall, large, almost a 2 foot by 2 foot panel. And that's what we're going to start work on next. But before we can start the template, we have one more thing we have to do, which is there's going to be electrical outlet right here. So we need to go ahead and get the electrical box installed and remove this foam and pull the wire through, and we probably could go ahead and put the outlet there. It's not hooked up or anything yet, but that will be the future. We need to remove this foam, clean this foam off. There's actually a plastic pad here that the outlet will get attached to, and then strip this wiring and pull it through and get it mounted. And that way, when we put our template up here, we can make it part of it too. Okay, we're gonna start by scraping where this outlet is supposed to be placed. This actually might work here. Oh yeah. Well, this outlet will work. It clears. Okay. And there is that outlet. Okay. Of course, I might be able to just use the cutoff piece here too. Three or four inches. Okay, I think we have a template. Yep, no biggie. Okay.
He's the finest Finnish carpenter in the world. He gets everything right in the first try.
And that looks pretty good there.
He's putting the female part of the poppets in right now.
Cool.
Will it fit? Perfect.
Okay.
That looks good.
Here's what one of the drawers is going to look like. Desk space wise, almost 15 inches. Now I'm going to take this drawer and cut it down to the same height as the other drawer box. There's our new port bathroom chop room. The way this chop saw works is, while you certainly can't get 8 feet that way, and I'm sure we're going to run into fun issues with it, if you come over here and open the engine room door, there you got 8 feet all the way into there, so you can stretch a board that entire distance for long cutting. At least that's the plan. I'm going to cut some more little support pieces. I need 4 support pieces for the next one, so let me go ahead and get that done. That's where I'm going to be cutting it off, keeping the top side of the box here. Now we have 2 halves. There are those 2 guys. Let's see how these work. Oh my goodness. You can see where the 2 of them don't quite fit because of the window. So I need to cut this guy down, or this guy. Which one should I cut down? Cool. So that's how those are going to work. You can see that is deeper. So we have not as wide, but deeper. Cool. Okay. Figure out how I want to join those 2 together, since I don't really want to put another piece on, but may have to. I think I'm going to call it a night. Later. Handy dandy Craig Selector Wheel claims that you can do 1/2 inch jig setting with 1 inch will join 1/2 inch to 1/2 inch. So I am going to give that a try. Okay, that sounds good. Better. So I think I know how I'm going to attach this. So this side here is going to get a couple screws into that plate there, and then over here I'm going to mark this and then drill down a couple slots. And also I think I might, maybe from an angle, I know I got this in my way, but I'm going to attempt to get a couple slots over there, and then have that also screwed from the bottom. Cool. That still opens to get access to everything. I got all the drawer pieces here. We're going to, since we had to make the unit smaller, we're going to cut this down to 3.5, this down to 2 inches, 3.5 and a 2, which ends up interior drawers depth 3 inches and 1.5. So we get this all set up. Cut this first set to 3.5 inches. Okay.
So unclamp the first drawer, and now I'm going to build up the second drawer here. The two drawers together are just a tiny bit from fitting, so I'm going to take a 1/4 inch off of this unit here and then see if I can get them all to fit nicely. Let's see if it makes any difference.
Come see the drawers. Those still fit. So, and then
How many can you get across?
I don't know. I haven't gotten. So there's that
It's a
one.
teeny tiny little.
Yes, isn't it tough? But I mean, it'll hold the pencil. It'll hold the Sharpie.
Yeah.
It won't hold that. Definitely for small items. So we have finished all the drawers for the desk. We put the big drawers in today, and they come way out. Of course, we got the smaller upper drawers. Pretty happy with how the drawer came out. Obviously got to do the drawer fronts and figure out how we want to trim this little bit out here and the edges over here. And I think I'm probably going to end up having to redo this one because this is not quite pushed back as far as it should be. I didn't realize that when we were making this one. And I think I want to go ahead and bring this down to this line, put a little notch in there, and that way just the wood would be right there. Don't need to put that outlet in down there, but overall came out really good. And to the question of can we open this, I don't know. Let's find out. Take that one off. Take this one off. Tonk, tonk, tonk. And ta-da!
Woohoo!
You just can't close it. Now it's open forever. And you close it back up. So yeah, I took that into consideration. Okay. Later.